Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the second video of the day, and this video will not be heavily edited like all of my other videos. Not because I'm trying to rush, but I just want to have a conversation about some news. Now, if you remember when there was this Microsoft lawsuit, I can't remember with what, but in that it exposed that Activision and Call of Duty have a 10-year plan to work with Nintendo. I want to say this is in like 2025, so we thought Call of Duty would definitely be a launch game for the Switch 2. Didn't happen. Then we had a general direct and a partner showcase. Still nothing. But today, the day I'm recording this video, is May 28th. And this video is actually coming out today, so it doesn't really matter when I say that. Normally that's for other videos, because I record and then the next day the videos will come out. But today, a new Call of Duty game was revealed. And yeah, it's Call of Duty. It's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. And if I'm not mistaken, Call of Duty 4 was called Modern Warfare. Whoa, full circle moment. But it's officially coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So we're going to go over some details quickly. And yeah, this is actually pretty exciting. God, look at these websites, dude. So many ads. So yeah, this is from NintendoEverything.com. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 was running on Nintendo Switch 2 really quickly and currently supports crossplay. Jack O'Hara, co-studio head of Infinity Ward, has shared a few comments about the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. This is too big of a title, especially if we add on Nintendo Switch 2 edition at the end right there. Come on, man. Like it or hate it, the fact that Call of Duty is back on Nintendo platforms is a big deal, and this is true. And apparently, it wasn't very difficult to get the game running, which bodes well for the future. And this is what he had to say, and he said this to Games Radar. It's been smooth, to be honest, things just work. And this is what we want to hear. The game got up and running on the platform really quickly once we got the hardware. So I wonder when they got a development kit. Because you would think that, Nintendo is very selective with the dev kits, and for good reason, because they didn't want stuff to leak out early. But Activision, Microsoft, whoever, they need a dev kit early. Like, this would have been a huge game, maybe not a launch game, but to announce in the launch lineup. Whenever we got that 1 hour Nintendo Direct, that showed you like a million things, right? This would have been a massive thing just to tack on, because you have to remember there was games like some games you probably don't even remember that are even Switch 2 games that came out day one, like a game called Survival Kids made by Konami. That is a remake of a Game Boy game. You probably can't even picture what this game looks like in your head, but this was shown off in that hour-long presentation, and we also got this as a launch game day one, and I have a theory that this is the worst-selling Switch 2 game entirely, probably, right? Imagine if that was replaced with Call of Duty. Another encouraging point comes with regard to crossplay. O'Hara indicated that the feature is currently working, meaning Nintendo Switch 2 players would be able to participate in matches with those on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. And this is very interesting. Hold on, let me see what he actually says. Right now we support crossplay between Switch 2 and the rest of the platforms, but we'll see at launch exactly where the mix-up ends. So maybe, it's working now, but maybe they have to tweak some stuff. Because what I was going to say is, this would be really interesting to see, because the Switch 2 has mouse controls. And I'm sure this is going to be a big feature, right? Gyro aiming and mouse controls, which will be a huge sell for the Switch 2 version of the game. So I just wonder how this will all work. Like, when you're playing on the Switch 2, would there be certain consoles that you can play with? And then if you're using mouse controls, you can also play with PC? Or I just don't know, because I don't think... I guess on Fortnite, you could have crossplay with PC, right? I thought it was always just crossplay with other consoles, but maybe I was wrong. Another tidbit, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is being made between Infinity Ward and Digital Legends. This is who is developing or co-developing this port, which is a native port, which is actually really cool, because this lets us know right now, this isn't going to be a cloud version. This isn't going to be online only as well. Like, there's going to be the campaign, one-player campaign. I wonder if there'll be zombies in this game, I'm not sure. Activision Blizzard acquired Digital Legends in 2021, following 2 decades of expertise in developing mobile titles. So, when you see mobile titles, you think, oh man, this is going to be the lesser version of this. But any way you want to look at it, the Nintendo Switch 2 is a mobile, tablet, That's why Nintendo's getting into the market right now in India, because mobile gaming is so massive over there that they think, whoa, we could be capitalizing on that, not with the Switch 2 because it's so expensive, but with a Nintendo Switch because essentially the Nintendo Switch is a huge mobile tablet. Aside from Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, the company assisted in the production of Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. Crazy. And then they have more details about Call of Duty there as well. I read somewhere else that it's 100% a native port, as well as gonna have like the campaign and all that stuff, which is really good. Now, let's just keep it a buck here. Actually, let's just do some research real quick. So I'm just going off the last Call of Duty game that I know that released, right? I don't even keep up with these. But Call of Duty Black Ops 7 requires 161 gigabytes of download space. The Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256, I think, right? 256. And then I have another 256 micro SD, so I have 500 plus, but that's crazy. If you just have the base Nintendo Switch 2, 150 gigabytes probably, it's taking up almost all of your console. And then down here you can see this is 4 weeks ago, Black Ops 7 update. With the recent update to Black Ops 7, it's now 185 gigabytes. That is insane. So I'm sure developing this for the Nintendo Switch 2, they will compress this somehow. I know it's not going to be as an extreme case, but let's just say Fortnite on the Switch 2 compared to Fortnite on the Switch. Yeah, huge drastic difference. They were both playable. One was not as ideal as the other. I know it's not going to be that extreme as a case here, but on the Switch 2, I'm sure, I don't even know how, like, you change some assets, but I'm sure there's going to be some things that are different, maybe some textures or whatever. So this is very cool, man. I'm somebody who used to play Call of Duty all the way back in 2007 on the Xbox 360, and I used to keep up with it pretty much all the time. I played Warzone a little bit. I like the campaigns though. I know that's like a whatever thing, but I buy Call of Duty games, like the older ones, on my PS5, and I just play through the campaigns. I never play multiplayer just because I don't really like to, I like multiplayer gaming, but on handheld, and I know it's like a weird thing that doesn't make a lot of sense because normally when you're playing handheld, it's the lesser version, but that's just what I like, right? So this is awesome. If the port is good and everything's sounding like it's going to be fantastic already, and it's native, and it just has all the modes, and it has mouse controls, and it has gyro aiming, the Nintendo Switch is only $500 compared to competitors. This is going to be the cheapest way to get into Call of Duty gaming. On top of that, I don't know how they'll approach this, right? When you play Call of Duty online, you need a membership, okay? And currently, Nintendo has the cheapest membership. It's like $5 a month to be able to play stuff online. So the Nintendo Switch 2 would be the cheapest place to play Call of Duty and the cheapest way to play online. Besides Warzone, which is a free thing. I don't even know if you need a membership. You might, I don't know. But this is crazy, man. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a lot going for it. As far as I remember, it's been 13 years since a Call of Duty game has been on the Switch 2. And I think somebody else pointed this out. We have GTA coming out this year, Call of Duty coming to a Nintendo platform, a new Rayman Legends game, and something else. And they're like, whoa, this happened 13 years ago and it's happening again right now in 2026. It's pretty funny. So yeah, this is just an update video about Call of Duty. I'm excited for this. I cannot wait to jump into this. And I just think this is going to be a smash hit on the Switch 2. But as always, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking. And like I said, this is the second video of the day, so not a lot of editing, but we're just hanging out and talking about what's going on because this is pretty exciting. So let me know what you guys are thinking. And if you made it to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter on the way out. And tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be streaming, talking about stuff like this and playing Switch 2 games. So come and hang out and consider becoming a channel member. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.